Welcome back to Wake Up America Weekend. I'm Amanda Brilhante. Now, the CDC has approved the COVID vaccine for the youngest children yet, ages 5 and below. And meanwhile, the World Health Organization is open to, quote, all reasonable hypotheses of where the coronavirus came from. Joining us now to discuss more is Chief Medical Advisor of the Truth for Health Foundation and President of the Cardiorenal Society of America, Dr. Peter McCullough. Doctor, good morning.
Good morning.
Doctor, first things first, I want to get your reaction to the recent news about vaccines being approved for children under 5 years old, and this also going into effect, I believe, next week is when they can start getting vaccines.
I can tell you as a doctor, I look at this carefully. Children have a very mild syndrome. It's not like our senior citizens who are at risk. We know that the vaccine is not medically necessary since 75% of children have already had the illness. The CDC told us that in February. It's not clinically indicated because it is so mild and easily managed. Even those in the hospital are easily managed if they're treated, particularly if they're treated early. We get a head start on treatment. We know that the side effects are unacceptable. There's papers by House and colleagues, MMWR, in the December 31st issue of 2021. The side effects are too great. The parents have reported that to the vSafe system. And then finally, there's failed real-world studies. Dora Bawilla as well as Fleming Dutra have shown the vaccines really won't prevent even mild COVID-19 in children, and there's no randomized trials to support it. So I think it was a mistake for the FDA to approve it, and clearly the CDC recommendation probably is not going to be followed by any of the parents.
When you break it down like that, it almost seems like it's not needed, but like you said, 75% of children already had coronavirus. That's a large majority here. Do we think that this vaccine could be something that's required when it comes to schools?
I certainly hope not. It's still experimental. It's still under the Emergency Use Authorization. And the parents should know we have no assurances that this is going to be safe long term. Everything we learn about it is not good news.
Yeah, that's, I mean, what decision do parents make then if we're not hearing the best news about it?
Parents should be wise. And, not all medical products are safe and effective, and they have to sort through the information and get different viewpoints. But I think many parents will conclude, it's experimental. It's genetic code that codes for the spike protein that was devised in the lab in Wuhan, China. This is just going too far in our children. It can't make a child healthier. If there's a child who's healthy right now, taking these shots potentially every 6 months cannot make them healthier.
Like you said, make the best decision for their child, for what's best for their family. Mentioning the WHO stated they would remain open to any and all scientific evidence that becomes available in the future to allow for comprehensive testing of all reasonable hypotheses. Now, this was said in the search for answers about where coronavirus came from by our scientists and experts. How big of a development is this?
This is a large development. There's a paper by Farka and colleagues published in Military Medicine that's concluded analytically that SARS-CoV-2 actually was devised as a bioweapon. And it's in the paper. That's what they've concluded according to the criteria that they applied. We know that the spike protein looks like it was genetically modified to make the virus more infectious and more lethal. Clearly, deep investigations need to go on. Who was behind this? Who was masterminding this? Why did this happen? And it's been such a calamity for the world. If there was a human intent behind it, we need to know.
What a stark difference. We went from this being a conspiracy theory to now we're seeing an article kind of confirming what people thought years ago when this first happened. But who is behind that? That's something that we, maybe we'll see eventually or we won't see. But Doctor, before we go, I also want to get your reaction to the video of President Joe Biden that's been creating a lot of conversation. I'm sure you've seen it as well, his fall. Now, is this just a reminder of his age or is there something else going on?
I saw the video myself. The first thing I thought of was hip fracture. I have so many of my patients at that age of bicycle, and when they go over, here it goes right here. This looks like a hip fracture waiting to happen. Fortunately, I think people rushed in, and the best thing to do is rush in and actually stop the fall from going over. No, I think he looks pretty good riding a bike. But I think everybody at that age should be concerned. Bicycles offer the opportunity for a fall, even at slow motion or stopping.
Thankfully, the White House said that our president was okay, so he's fine. There's no hip fracture there, but definitely a hard video to watch. Doctor, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you.